The board requirement this season is only that we avoid relegation. And as we come into the January transfer window, I think that has been achieved already. But we are not playing very well, and I don't understand why results on the pitch are so poor. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Middlesbrough Part 13 Season 3 in our quest to take Middlesbrough higher than their highest ever position in the Premier League, which currently stands at 7th. And time for us is running out. And what is proving to be a very strange season indeed. We are still doing okay. We are currently sitting in 9th. We have 31 points from 21 games. And as we go into the January transfer window, our main priority, just to avoid relegation, has been achieved. I would say so at this stage in the season. But I wanted to make a push for a European place, but that does not seem to be happening. I thought we had a team capable of doing it, but we are getting some very strange results and some result sequences on the pitch. And today we will be playing two games. We will be away at Brighton, and then we will be at home to Bournemouth. I really do need to put a run of form together. Without this run of form, at some point we are going to start plummeting down the table. I feel like at the moment I have very little control over what is going on, but we are still battling and we are still trying to achieve that 6th place as we come towards the halfway point of the season. But as usual, before we get into what's been happening on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, well, you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that good stuff and help the channel to grow and help us to support the very good work of the British Heart Foundation. So let's have a look at what's been happening on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beaten by Leeds away by 2-0, but we did recover and managed to beat Wolves at home quite comfortably, I thought, by 2-0. Very, very nervy times with the fixtures coming up. And then we went away to Chelsea and we were beaten again by 2-0. But we did beat Norwich by 1-0 at home after that, which helped recover things a little bit. But Manchester City away proved to be too much for us and we were beaten by 2-1. But again, a 1-0 victory at home to Crystal Palace meant that we have maintained some sort of form and have retained our position in the top 10. I don't think we are playing very well at the moment, and as we come into these games against Brighton and Bournemouth, we do have to improve our performance. What's clear is we are leaking goals and we are not defending well. We are not winning the ball in midfield and our strikers are not putting the ball away. And I don't know why this is happening. And it is possible that we have made too many signings during the summer transfer window, but we only brought in 8 players. And we did not let many players go, only a couple of players were released. So these were really because we had a very small squad and we had to improve the squad depth. And so we've brought in what I thought were good players: Charles Pickle, Brandon Williams, Lewis Jr. in goal, Azon, who is a good player, Bohinen, also a good player. I felt these were very good signings, but we are not showing any sign of gelling properly on the pitch. And I can only assume that our poor form is due to the fact that we've brought in 8 players and they are having trouble in the first part of the season playing together and working together in the systems that we've put together. If we look at the tactic, however, they are fairly familiar with that, the positions and roles and duties they're struggling with. But in all of them, they are developing in the Brazilian style attacking system. They're not very familiar with that, but we haven't used it very much. The other two, they are perhaps not as familiar with the tactic as I would like them to be at this stage in the season. And it is about the roles and the positions they are having to adapt to. And that is what I think explains why we are having this very poor run this season. And we need to do better, and we need to be a little bit more tactically familiar, and we need to do some work, I think, in training to resolve that. But we have got 2 big games today, and we will be starting away at Brighton. I am not sure how I'm going to line up or how I'm going to start the game in terms of the formation. I'll have to have a think about that before we get there. I need to go and get the team ready for this game. Brighton is a game we could be winning, but I really don't know if we're going to be capable of doing it at this point in time. I'll go and get them ready. We'll be right back. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Brighton is Lewis Jr. in goal, with Twanzebe, Fry, Niakate and Williams at the back. Hackney, Bohinen and Jones in midfield, with Ruiz, Aspria and Azon up front. I have no idea if we're going to win this game or lose this game. I feel like I'm totally out of control at the moment. Whatever I attempt to do is not working. And I'm going to just go out there. We're going to start with a low block because they are apparently good starters. So I'm going to start with a low block, and hopefully for 10 or 15 minutes we're going to take control of the game and just not allow them to start quickly. And then I'm going to switch very quickly into the Brazilian style, and then we are going to mix it up and go attacking once the beginning of the game is over, if you see what I mean. I don't know what I'm talking about myself half the time, but the game plan is to try and hold them out, and then the game plan has not worked. So now we are going to switch to the Brazilian. The Brazilian tactic is the one that I haven't used very much. And we're going to switch to that and see what happens. Because I don't know what is wrong. And Brighton have taken the lead. And we're a goal behind already. And I have no idea what is going on. I'm just going to sit back, watch the game now, and see what happens. Because I am totally now out of control of what is going on. It doesn't matter how many changes I make, try to work out where we're being beaten. It has no effect on the game. And so let's just let the game play. We'll set up a tactic. We'll play that way if it doesn't work out. Because there's another example of we're going to hit the ball at the goalkeeper. We will hit the crossbar several times. It will just not work out at the moment. This is football, I guess. We have to put up with these bad times. But I'm not changing anything now. We're going to play this way. We're going to attack. Whatever happens, if it ends up 10-0, it ends up 10-0. But this is how we're going to play for a little while. Because maybe I'm changing it too much. Maybe I make too many changes. I don't know. And at the moment, we've somehow managed to stay in ninth. We're losing to Brighton by 1-0. We're creating chances. Brighton are creating better chances than we are. Actually, they're not. Our XG is slightly better. They have had more shots on target. We're only 50%. They are 100%. I just really don't know what's going on. And I've decided let's go for it. And it's just hard. I don't know. Let's just sit back, watch what unfolds. We're going to attack teams now for a while. If it's the tactic that they know how we're going to play, then this one we haven't played very much. So hopefully this can't be used as a reason why this is happening, because teams don't know that we're going to play this way. And if it's familiarity of the opposition with the tactic, then playing this way should get us a few results, because teams don't know how we're going to play now. And hopefully over the next 4 or 5 games, this will work out with a better team on the pitch, quite clearly. And here's a chance for Bohinen. Oh dear, a comedy of errors. And Bohinen finally fires it over the bar. And I did tell you exactly this after Brighton scored. We're going to make complete hashes of things. We're going to hit the woodwork, fire it over the bar. This is how it's going at the moment. It is quite funny to think about actually at the moment. And I've tried to do things. We have another chance and there's another complete hash. Oh dear. Nothing I can do, I guess. I just got to just commentate on the game and sit back. This is very, very strange this season. I have never seen the game behave in this way. And if it is part of the puzzle, I cannot work it out. If anybody knows how to figure this out, somebody did suggest it was that they had become familiar with the tactic over the season or the last 3 seasons. Maybe, so we're playing now with an unfamiliar tactic to the opposition. That doesn't seem to be working either. It doesn't, no matter what I do. If anybody knows, please let me know. And that's a dreadful pass, and that's going to come to nothing. And here come Brighton again. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Brighton win this 3 or 4-1. I think we will be allowed to score a goal, but I think it's probably going to end 3 or 4-1. And Hackney now has an opportunity to the box, and we have scored. And Azon has made it 1-1. It's now Brighton 1, Middlesbrough 1. I'm in this situation where I don't really celebrate. It's possibly going to be given offside, though. We are the offside team, and it has been disallowed. Of course it was going to be disallowed. Things were not going to be made comfortable for us. And yeah, we're known as the offside team. Every goal I score goes to VAR, and it's generally, I would say, 60 or 70% of the time it's given offside. I really can't work this out. I've never ever seen the game behave in this way, and have we given away a penalty? I thought we'd given away a penalty there, but we hadn't. We got away with one, I think, there. And there's a header that's hit the crossbar, hitting the woodwork, making complete hash of things, disallowed goals. It's dreadful. It's horrible for me to watch this because I have no control. They're playing really well. In all fairness, we are playing very, very well. Our passing is good. We're making chances. We're just complete idiots in front of goal. We should be 2-3-1 up at this point. We're not. And so therefore, there's nothing I can do. And there's another mistake, which possibly could cost us. But it's a good tackle, but it didn't win the ball. And for a team that are very, very physically weak, Brighton are holding on to the ball very nicely. They are in space, and it's a good block, and it's cleared, and it comes to Azon. Azon, who's just like, I think I might need to put him in midfield or in defence, because his forward play is shocking. But he does have another chance, and we have scored. But this has to be offside. It must be offside, surely, referee. It must be offside, and they are not checking. And Azon has made it 2-1. I don't know, are we on the turn here? We got away with a penalty, which I know I'd have been furious if it hadn't been given us a penalty in our attacking penalty area. And then this has happened. Are we on the change here? Was it just I have to switch to the... we do have an injury. Asprilla has got himself a knock, so we probably need to replace him. We'll bring on Akpom. Brighton are coming forward again. They're looking to get into the box. It's a good tackle, but we give them the ball straight back to them. Brighton coming forward. Can we stop this attack? And that's gone over the crossbar. And, the goal was disallowed. How silly of me. I thought the goal had not been disallowed. It was disallowed. I thought we'd gone 2-1 up, but it was disallowed. So nothing I can do about that. I just have completely lost the plot. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. And Azon is playing well. Asprilla is injured now. I really am struggling to know what to do. I have noticed that both central defenders are playing poorly. This is probably something to do with the lines and not with the way that they're playing. So I'm going to just pull the line back a little bit and see if they can't improve their performance. I'm also going to tell them that I'm not happy with them. We'll go and have a quiet word with both of them, Niakate and Fry, and tell them that you've not been good enough. Get your act together. I've lowered the line a little bit to help you out. And so hopefully you'll just do that. And probably do need to mark McAllister. So we'll just go to McAllister. And he is already being tight marked. So interesting that my assistant is saying he needs to be specifically marked. But here's a corner, and Bohinen takes the corner, and it goes over the crossbar. Of course it goes over the crossbar. And it remains Brighton 1, Middlesbrough 1. I think it'll be good to get a draw, good to get off the pitch. We're not getting shots on target again. It's only 33%. I need to make some changes, I think. But we'll do it after this highlight. How often that happens as well in the game is quite incredible. Hackney will take the corner. Can we score from a set piece? It'd be really nice. And we hit the post. And I don't know how many times I have hit the crossbar in the last 5 or 6 games. But let's go make some changes. And so I have made some changes, and I don't know if it's going to make any difference. We've at least got some fresh legs on the pitch, but it is going to be Brighton. I do suspect we are going to lose this game. Brighton have a much better shots on target ratio than we do, and that's really the only stat that matters in this game. The only stat I need to keep an eye on. I figured that out. It's taken me took me around about 8 months before I figured out that you actually only need to keep looking at this. This tells you whether you're winning or losing the game. And it's another ball over the top, and Brighton are in, and Ferguson has scored. It's now 2-1. We're going to lose this game now, and our misfortunes just continue. And I like the changes that I've made don't make any difference. This is not a tactic that any of the teams in the Prem are familiar with, so it's not to do with the opposition knowing the way we play. We are just hitting the crossbar. We are having goals disallowed left, right and centre. Forwards are making a complete hash of what they're doing, and it's just not working out for us at the moment. That's football. We just have to get on with it. I'm trying not to become too depressed watching this. The game is doing what it wants to do, and what it wants to do, hopefully it won't punish me for too long. I don't know why I need to be punished, but hopefully it won't punish me for too long, and that's we'll be allowed to score some goals. One or two of my players will remember what offside is, and that's offside. We've scored again, but that's offside. I've absolutely no doubt that is offside. The referee's checking. It is offside. There is no chance that is going to be awarded. It's going to be disallowed. It is disallowed. This game is now so predictable that I could watch it with my eyes closed, and I know exactly what's going to happen. And I don't know why we're offside. Like 60 or 70% of the time we attack. I don't know why. We weren't last season, so why we are suddenly we've forgotten the offside law, I don't know. The game's going to peter out. I really don't care at this point in time. We lose games, we lose games. I'm tired of trying to figure this out. The clue is so deeply buried that I cannot find it. And like I said, if anybody knows what is going on in this save, why everything that we do going forward is going wrong and everything that the opposition do is going right, then if somebody can figure that out, let me know. I don't even get excited like this when Azon scores because it doesn't feel right. We have equalised unless the referee's going to call this one offside. I'm going to have to keep a very careful eye on this. Brighton made an error. Azon burst into the box. The goalkeeper should have saved it. I really don't know what's going on. I'm not getting excited. There's no point. We have managed to get a late goal, and the score is 2-2 at full time. Let's tell them they were unlucky, because they are unlucky at the moment. If it's beyond my control, it's also beyond their control. And at the moment, we're still in 8th or 7th or whatever. We're just going to have to see where it takes us. We now have a home game against Bournemouth, who are bottom of the league club. I don't see us winning that either, because things are not working out right at the moment. I'll go and get the team ready for Bournemouth, and then we'll come back and have a look what happens in that game. We're going to stick with the Brazilian tactic, see what happens. I'll be right back. And so, as promised, we have kept to the Brazilian-style 4-2-4. If it is tactical familiarity among the opposition teams, then they are not familiar with this one. And we have Lewis Jr. in goal with Twanzebe, Fry, Niakate and Williams at the back. Hackney and Pickle in midfield, with Force, Jones, Akpom and Azon up front. And I've had to rotate the front four a little bit because of Aspria's injury. The team are happy with the setup that we've got going. We can only, at the moment, we can only go out there and grind out results. And I've got to expect that we do well in games like this. We are clear favourites to beat Bournemouth. Bournemouth in absolutely shocking form this season, and we are clear favourites to beat them. And if we don't, then there's something wrong. And all I can do is just try to keep grinding out results at the moment. We're still in ninth. We're not too far away from the European places. The teams above us and below us are all suffering, so things are going a little bit strange in this save. We've had 4 shots and none on target, and that is so typical of what is happening at the moment. And I'm guessing that we're going to be hitting the bar and putting the ball over the bar. And again, it looks like to me we're not creating anything properly up front. Bournemouth have hardly been in the game. Bournemouth have had the possession, but we are dominating in terms of creating chances. But Bournemouth have a better XG from the 2 chances they've created. Nothing has happened in the first half. If it ends as a draw, it ends as a draw. As you can see, other teams around us are not picking up ground on us. The game is starting to look a little bit strange. Our shooting has not been good enough. Erezo, eyes on 6.5, Force 6.5. They need telling. It's not good enough. And so we need to tell them our central defenders are not playing very well again. And I'm going to say this has not been good enough again to them. They're just not playing very well. And so we send them out in the second half with a flea in their ear, as Gobby would say. And we let them know that we are not happy. We need to win this game against Bournemouth. It doesn't look to me like we are going to win it. But hey-ho, this is the way things are and the way things have been for a couple of months. From nowhere, we'll get a result at some point when we don't deserve a result. But when we should be winning games, we can't. We're making complete idiots of ourselves, to be quite frank. What I'm seeing in the graphics looks appalling in terms of the way that we're playing. But we are looking to come forward, and Twanzebe has found some space on the right. Can he get it across? Find a man? No, he can't. Of course he can't. And though it is going to be a corner, can we get one from a set piece? We haven't scored from a set piece for a long, long time. And it would be nice if we could get one from a set piece. As Hackney looks to the near post, it should have been a far post corner, but again, it's an indication of just how badly we're playing when we can't even deliver our corners now. As Twanzebe and Fry, Nekatake are looking to play it around. It comes to nothing. We've had 6 shots, 0 on target. That says everything. I'm going to go attacking and try and throw more bodies up the pitch, take a few more risks. Bournemouth are absolutely exhausted. I don't understand why things are going so bad at the moment. It's really weird. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so I have made some changes, and I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Probably not. We are totally dominating Bournemouth, but Bournemouth do have an opportunity. This is where they will get one chance and put it away. This is what happens when you're not playing very well. But we have won the ball, and here is a Bohinen. Bohinen with a really long bunt upfield, but we're not going to get that on the end of that, and Bournemouth are able to clear it up. It looks poor, and something is not right. Everything that we do is going wrong. I get very worried when somebody slides in on a tackle because the chances are we'll get sent off. Arezzo has won the ball, though. He's just come on. Can he provide some inspiration? Who knows? And Williams finds Niakate. Niakate and Fry, 2 very good central defenders, have both been playing really poorly. As Elianissi comes forward, but he just gives the ball away. And Bournemouth are going to counter-attack. Again, another good tackle. We've won the ball. Jones tries to find Akpom. He does find Akpom into Arezzo, and Arezzo's made it 1-0. And now I think I need to go and close the game down. I think if that's not given offside, this will be a miracle. But we might have just ground out another result here, when we certainly don't look like we deserve it. We might just have ground out a result. And the fact that it's 1-0 again, the last victories that we've had have all been 1-0. I think, give it a few more minutes, I think I need to go and close the game down. Bournemouth will probably come at us a little bit now. Just keeping an eye on that. They are mounting attacks now, but we do have a corner, and Bohinen to the far post, as he should have been doing last time. And Elianissi comes with the ball. Niakate finds Arezo to McNair. Back to Niakate, centre-back playing on the wing now. Tries to get a cross in. He does get a cross in, but the goalkeeper's able to gather that quite easily. Not quite sure why Niakate fancied himself as a winger there. He's not a winger and shouldn't be there. But it is a very fluid tactic, so perhaps that's of my making. Ball into the box. We can't get on the end of it. Comes out again to Twanzebe. Arezo with a header. Have we scored twice? The referee, of course, is taking a look to see if it is offside. I'm guessing it's going to be given offside because usually they are. And no, this time when I thought it really was offside, he has awarded it. We are 2-0 up now. I think we're going to get 3 points. I don't know how. And maybe it is the switch to the Brazilian style that has made the difference. We have used it this season, but not as much as the other two. So maybe now we have outfox teams. I'm not going to change it now because we're 2-0 up, not 1-0 up. And we'll take Brandon Williams off. He's very, very tired. Niakate's tired too, but he'll survive. And we are going to win a game. But as you can tell from my mood, I'm not really getting very excited about winning these games. It doesn't feel right to me. Something is not right. And I still actually don't feel yet like I'm in control, even though the switch has given us a 2-0 victory here, and it did allow us to equalise against Brighton. I didn't realise that Brighton had gone down to 10 men. I didn't see them having a man sent off. El Yunusi breaks into the box, but his shot is tame, and it goes into the hands of the goalkeeper. I think we will hold on here. We've gone level on points with Newcastle now, 35 points. We've done our job anyway, because our job was to survive relegation. 35 points now. In January is going to be enough. We do have another chance, but he's missed. And a really gilt-edged chance, which normally would be put away. A mistake like that would normally be put away. We're putting some pressure on them, which is kind of odd because the tactic does not counter-press. But look how high the pitch we are pressing them. And it's kind of odd that this is a counter-attacking tactic, but yet the graphics are showing us pressing really high on their defensive line. But it was a good win, and somehow we have managed to get 4 points out of a possible 6 in this episode. And so we have done okay. We haven't lost for 3 games, which is a good sign. We have to go play West Ham, Norwich, Newcastle, Southampton. We should be getting points from these games. But what I think I will do is come back for Chelsea and Wolves. I want to keep a very close eye on how this season is working out. We'll have news of anything that happens in the transfer window. And then we'll play these 2 very, very big games, Chelsea and Wolves. And that's it for this episode. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content, you love to see people suffer like this playing this game, then you're definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that good stuff. Help the channel to grow. Help us to support the very good work of the British Heart Foundation. I really don't have words to describe my mood at the moment. I'm out of control on what is going on. I feel slightly better in that we've made some changes and they seem to have paid off in these games we should have won anyway. I don't know how I feel at the moment. We still are on track. And all that remains to be said now, though, is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.